Hello everyone. It's not even breakfast time yet and I've been cleaning out already, so I'm very proud of myself. It's Louise here from Busy Mum Homestead and welcome to this week's video. This week I'm going to be doing some cooking from scratch. We're going to be making some snacks to take for my son to take to school and things to get us through the week. So I wanted to clean out my cupboard and my pantry and see what just was there, because I know that there's a lot of food there that needs organizing, throwing out, moving on, and just, taking stock of what we actually have. So I thought I'd bring you along this week and we'd get into that and and do some cooking along the way. So hopefully, I'm not sure what I'm going to make just yet. With cooking, I'll probably take my fancy as the day moves on. But I know I need to make a couple of snacks for my son for school and maybe something for breakfast and just snacks in general, just using what we have in the cupboard. And if you are, short on money and don't have a lot of money, it can be really challenging to feed your family, as I have known, being a single parent for quite a number of years, well over like nearly 2 decades, a decade and a half, really. But anyway, I have learned how to cook from scratch and been doing that for a very long time, because as I've mentioned in a previous video, if you have some flour, sugar, milk, butter, even if it's just margarine, oil, if you have it, but you don't always need it, and eggs, you can make just about anything at all. Like, there are so many things, and you can just use what you do have. If you have tinned fruit, you can use that in a cake or muffins, or you can have it as a dessert there, or maybe make, if you have some frozen pastry in the freezer that you never used all of, you can make turnovers and things like that. And I do a lot of that kind of cooking for my kids and have done over the years. And yeah, I find it a great way to use up. So yeah, it's a great way to use what you have, and it doesn't cost a lot of money, and you don't need a ton of ingredients. Once you know what to make with basic things, it's quite easy. And that has sustained us more than once, I will tell you. Like, numerous times, I don't know how many times, probably nearly the entirety of being a single parent time. Like, it has gotten us through. And so I thought I'd bring you along and show you some things that you can make this week to help you if you're in that kind of situation. And if not, it's just a great way to cook from scratch and not have preservatives and all of that in your cooking. So it's very healthy. Well, it depends how you look at health, but anyway. Okay, so this is my one shelf mess on my stovetop at the moment. So there's a whole basket. I went and found this basket in the spare room this morning, and I pulled it out, and this was all in my cupboard, spread out on the shelf. So it's nice to have it all stacked in, but that is a lot of packs of 2-minute noodles, I will tell you that right now. And this is the shelf I've cleaned. I've actually given it a wipe. There was, spilt food and things on the base, which normally there is, so don't think I keep this absolutely spotless, because I do not. I just wiped it before I showed you. So I'm going to put back that, and then my goal is also, alongside cooking this weekend, is to sort out this pantry. There is so much food in there, and my son, I love him so much, but he has a habit of emptying the jar but not fully emptying it. Like, there's a tiny bit left and then he puts it back in. So I have lots of those jars in here, so I need to sort out what I can throw out and what I can keep, and just get it a bit more organized and flowing, and see what I have, and we'll go from there and see what snacks I can make for him this week. So I don't have a lot of groceries in my pantry. Well, I do, but I mean, we don't have a lot of money to go and buy groceries this week. So I am looking forward to using what I have, which will limit some of the things I can make, but not everything. We can make pretty much anything with all of this, so should be good. That looks so much better. I didn't think to take a video beforehand. It was basically like these ones, I suppose. It was extremely messy. So I've got all of those 2-minute noodles there, some semolina. I need to repackage them. My water glassed eggs, 3 lots of them, some dried fruit, a few herbs, the packets of pasta and, pepitas and things in the back, some protein powder, tin fruit, rice. I need to repackage the rice as well. But once I get this sorted out, then I can look at doing that as well. But yeah, we'll get making. My breakfast is ready, so I'm just going to go and have some breakfast and then we'll come back to it. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell, but I'm making a raisin bread today. So it's pretty much the same as a bread mixture, except I just add in a cup of dried fruit, usually sultanas. I've got a bit of a fruit mix one and a couple of tablespoons of cinnamon. And other than that, it's pretty much the same as a normal bread. I'm just going to add a little bit more flour into it and see how that goes. I've also just made a plain bread and I've just stuck that out to rise. So this mixer doesn't like doing 2 at a time. I used to do that, but it kind of burns it out. So anyway, I do it individually and I'm just adding a bit more flour to this as it goes. Okay, so I was debating whether to post this or not on here, but I think I will. I'm really panicked. So if I'm not myself in the video today as I'm making stuff, there's a reason. So I was talking to my daughter this morning. She rang me and turns out she's away at uni in Canberra and she's only 18 and she's my eldest child, and turns out she's been followed a couple of times home after like a group she goes to, and and she's quite frightened. And then today she went to a church actually, and it's really weird because I grew up Catholic but I didn't really take them to church ever, but she anyway, she's been going, and she sat down in a church pew and this guy came up and sat beside her and she got a really bad feeling, and something told her to wait and not get up and leave at the end, and he sort of took out a book, the prayer book, and then brought it back, and she was taking a really long time to get up and organise her stuff on purpose, and he kept coming back in. And then when she did eventually leave, he was only a couple of people in front of her. So, and this was different and separate to the incident that's been happening 3 times already. She's been followed home from this one group, and how do you deal with this as a mum? Because I am freaking out. I just want to go and take her away and make her safe and bring her home. But I don't know. I can't. She's at uni. She has to deal with this, I guess. I'm so scared for her, and I don't want anything to happen to her. My mum instincts are really kicking in. And but yeah, she's contacted the uni because one was happening around campus, so the one that she's been followed, so she's contacting the uni. But apart from the advice of never walk alone, never walk by yourself in a dark place, basically I'm telling her to stay home. And it's horrible that women even today have to go through this and moderate what they do and change our plans so that we don't put ourselves in danger. And it's so wrong and it should not be happening. And to get political here, I am so concerned about what's going on in Australia with the type of people that are being let in, flooding the country, and their lack of respect for women, and how Australia hasn't been, you know, a hugely safe place anyway, and now this is just going to add to the problem. And I am so scared for my daughter, and I feel so, I don't know what to do. I guess I can't do a lot. I've got to trust in her, trust that she keeps listening to her instincts, and I don't know what else I can do. She's contacted the uni. She's going to have a meeting with them, but for the church one she has to go by herself. So I said, don't go. Don't put yourself in that situation. But yeah, I don't know what she's going to do. But anyway, I am so panicked right now, and I feel so scared for her, and worried. And I know, like, as a mum, but this is all mums, I guess, go through this at some stage, but I'm so far away from her, and I can't help her. I can't protect her physically, even though I would. I took her to karate for like 2 years when she was younger, for this reason, so she had skills to protect herself. I don't know if she remembers them. I don't know if she would think to use those skills, and if they would even help. She's a very, very petite, small girl. So yeah, anyway, I'm trying to not panic too much, and trying to be okay, and trying to get some things ready for work tomorrow, like cooking and baking. But if I seem a bit off in this video, that's why. I'm not chirpy. Yeah, I'm really quite scared for her. I don't want to lose her, and I don't want anything bad to happen to her. So yeah, anyway, I just thought I'd get on and explain while I'm a bit off today. My muffin tin is atrocious. Like, I've had it for, I don't know, 20 years. It's really stained and banged up, so I don't really want to show it. But what I'm going to do is just, I don't have any spray oil, so I'm going to cut up some baking paper into squares, and then I'm just going to place them into the muffin tins. It's not very even, but I guess you just make do with what you can. Okay, so let's try and get these baked. It's not really working with the baking paper. I'll have to wait to put them in until I'll show you. Until it's yeah, I'll have to make up the mix and then put it in individually, because they're not really staying in there. I did buy some pre-cut ones, and I had some cases, but I think I've packed them, so I don't have them right now. So I'll just have to make do with what I do have. So anyway, let's get this going. I need the flour. Where did I put the flour? It's over there. Hang on. Okay, so I need 280 grams of plain flour. Oh my gosh, my scales are not working. Alright. Let's try this again. I need another battery, but I don't think I have one at the moment. Okay, let's try this again. So So that's 143. Okay, let's try 280. Oh. Keeps turning off on me. Okay. So I need 280 plus 143, which would be 280 plus 143 would be 420. Yep, okay, that's enough. Then we need a tablespoon of baking powder. I'm just going to do 2 big teaspoons. A pinch of salt. Oh my gosh, more weight, 150 grams. A pinch of salt, that's... So I need to try and get 115 grams of brown sugar. $115 grams. Turned off just when I was there, so I estimated that last bit. Oh. We need frozen blueberries, which I won't put in just yet, 2 eggs, milk, vanilla extract. Okay, hang on. Okay, so we need a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I only have vanilla essence at the moment, so I'm just going to put that in with the eggs before I mix it in. So I'll make a well and I'll put in the eggs and the vanilla extract. Then we needed 85 grams of melted butter, which I already did. So I'll put that in. We need 250 mils or a cup of milk. And I don't have a lot of fresh milk today, so I'm just using one out of the cupboard. I love having these spare in the cupboard, so when you do run short of milk, you know, keep the fresh for fresh drinking and cereal, and then use that in your cooking and baking. I always do that. Okay, so I'm just going to give it a mix. And then I'll put in some blueberries. And then it needs to cook at 200 degrees C for 20 minutes. So I might just turn this up because I've currently got it on 180. So I'll just turn it up a little bit. Alright, so that's done. So then I just need 150 grams of frozen blueberries. I might just do a cup. We like ours quite blueberry, so I'm just doing a cup of blueberries, frozen blueberries. Frozen blueberries is always one thing that we have in the freezer because we eat them a lot with plain yogurt. It's a healthy way to add, you know, some flavouring instead of buying the flavoured, heavily sugared yogurt. We just buy the plain without sugar, the Greek, and yeah, flavour it with frozen blueberries. Okay, let's try and get this going. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. I don't have a good camera set up, so let's do it before and after, maybe. Okay, that's the muffin tin. I probably could have added more blueberries, but yeah, it'll be right today. Before. Okay, so that's made 12 muffins. They're a bit messy. It's a bit hard to fit them into those cases. But anyway, it's done, so let's bake them. Okay, let's see if I can do this one-handed. Let's set the timer for 20 minutes and see how they go. Okay, it has risen double, but it doesn't look like it because it's very cold in here. So I'm just going to form it into the bread pans. I've got them prepared. I found these on Temu a while ago. I've been using them. They're pretty good, actually. Yeah, I've lost my metal one that I had, and yeah, I've got 2 of these, so I need to do 2 breads. So I'll get this one formed. I don't think this one's quite ready yet. Oh yeah, no, it's risen better. It's quite cold in the house, so anyway, I'll get these into the bread pan and I'll show you once I'm done. Okay, so they're in the tins. The raisin one's looking lots better than this one, but anyway, try and get them to rise for another half hour and then hopefully they'll be done, ready to go into the oven. So usually I put spray oil on the Glad wrap because it can stick, but I don't have any at the moment, and the butter's hard because the house is cold. So I'm just going to lay that gently over there, and then I always put a tea towel over the top just to try and help it. It's sitting on the oven. Hopefully this will be a warmer spot. I had it in the lounge room with the heat pump, the reverse cycle heater, but it's not warm enough to raise it too high. The muffins are just about done, so I'll leave them. They're nearly done. I just check them, get my little trivet out I made, and oh, the timer's off for the muffins, so let's check them. It didn't go off. Oops. Okay, let's see how that goes. Oh, that's looking good. Very good. So I'm just going to turn this back down to 180 degrees, ready for the bread to go in. I've lost my cake rack, so I'm just going to pull these out and put them onto the tea towel with another tea towel over the top. Okay, so I've pulled them all out and I'm just going to sit the tea towel over them, which is clean. I just got it out of the cupboard to... Yeah, there's a few holes in it. I've had that tea towel for a long time. Yeah, just to cool down. Okay, so the timer just went off. Let's see how it's going. Could probably raise a little bit more, but I'm impatient. I've got to get dinner on, get it going, so I'm just going to put it in today. It's been half an hour. We'll get it in the oven. Put it on for 30 minutes again. Oh, I might go 35. Hang on. Okay, the timer's gone off. Let's see if they're done. Oh yeah, they look done. They look good. Ooh. I mean, this one, yeah, I probably should have let rise a little bit more, but anyway. Ouch, 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 that's hot. Oh, there we go. All right, let's just let them rest for a second and then I'll take them out. Okay, so I've got my dinner there. I've just got to make some white sauce for dinner. So I might get started on that. My son just come out and said, "What's that smell?" It smells like raisin bread. Did you make raisin bread? Anyway, they came out, they look good, and they're hollow sounding, so very happy. That will be delicious. Okay, so if you were with me a couple of weeks ago, I fixed up Logan's pajamas on his button band, and literally he wore it, and that day he put his pants on and split a massive hole across the pants as well, which is just crazy. So I'm going to attempt to fix them. It's a big hole, along the same lines as what I did last time. Hopefully it works, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to take you along with this one too and see how we go. So this is his pants, and there's a massive rip, as you can see. It's just, I don't even know if these are worth fixing, to be honest. So yeah, I don't know. That's ripped from the seam and it's ripped everywhere. So we're going to put some fusible interfacing on this one, and because I ran out of the iron-on mender, and hopefully we can do the same as what we did last time and fix it up. So let me just join the pieces back together before I put the fusible interfacing on. This one's more tricky because it's ripped and it keeps falling away. So I've joined it together as close as I could, but it's actually ripped from the seam on this bit. So I'm not sure how we'll go. We might need to actually put another bit of fabric in there, but we'll try our best with this. So let's see if I can do this one-handed. So I'm just going to place that over there, and I'm going to bring on the, oh no, I just stuck that to the iron. Hang on. Okay, so yeah, it's Louise from the future here. You just saw me do the worst mistake that you could ever do. I knew that it was sticky both sides and not to do that, yet I kind of forgot and I still did that. So don't do that. You need a piece of fabric in over the fusing. Oh my gosh, I can't get my words out. You need fabric on both sides of that fusing. Otherwise, yeah, it sticks to your iron. So it's meant to like be a glue type thing between two bits of fabric. I kind of knew that. I kind of forgot. And so I completely stuffed that up and got it all over my iron, which was not much fun. I did try to iron the ironing board cover after I did that to try and get it off. And I got off some of it. And then I read online how to get it off your iron, and I had to get some vinegar and literally like try and wipe it off and scrape it off with the vinegar. And that worked. So that was okay. They said to be careful with that if you have a Teflon coated iron. But it worked okay for me. So anyway, just thought I'd jump in and say, yeah, don't do what I just did. And then I didn't explain what happened. I just went to the next video, like nothing to see here, kind of thing. And then, yeah, I found some more iron-on facing and I put that on. And oh, by the way, spoiler alert, it doesn't really work. So it does work in that I go through the process, do it all. But when my son went to try on the pants and wear them, they had become so much smaller and he couldn't actually get them up over his bottom. So it didn't work. I should have just hand sewn them back together is really what I should have just done. Just mended them by hand with a needle and thread. And that probably would have had a better outcome than the iron-on facer. So anyway, lesson learnt. But for those of you that missed my mending lesson the other week, this will take you through that process, I guess, even though it didn't technically work for this need. But anyway, we all learn, we all grow, and yeah, thank you for watching, and yeah, ignoring that mistake. Okay, so I've done it. It's quite a massive bit. It's going to be quite stiff until it gets washed a few times, but at least we've put the iron-on mender on and there's no more holes. I've filled them all up, so now I've just got to sew them on the other side so that it stays secure. So this is it inside the right way this time, and as you can see, that's quite a lot of fusible interface in there. I really could have put some more fabric there, but like I said before, this is just his pajamas, so no one's going to notice if there's lots of thread going back and forth rather than an actual fabric patch, so it'll be okay. If this was to be worn out in public, I might change the way I do this, but because it's just for home, it's quite an easy and simple, quick way to fix things. Okay, so I've set up my sewing machine and I'm getting ready to sew it all up. Oops. Try not to knock that. Okay, so it's not pretty, but it's done. And I had to change the colours because I ran out of the bobbin, and I didn't have a lot of the pink, so So anyway, I'm sure he's happy. Well, he is happy. I said it's a bit thick right now, but like I said, once... That's good. Once we wash it a few times, it'll loosen up and it won't be so stiff, and yeah, but it'll do. Like I said, it's not pretty, but it's just for home and no one's going to notice, so he still has a pair of pajama pants to wear. And could I have actually done this a better way with mending? Perhaps, but I'm not that familiar with tons of mending ways, so this is what I know, and this has worked in the past for me, so there's probably a better way. But yeah, mending skills are not something that we have much anymore, and no one's really taught any to me. I'm sure I could go look up heaps more YouTube videos on other ways to mend, but I know this way, so I'll stick with that for now. And yeah, I do think they're important to know, because if things production of clothes or anything ever stops, I think having these skills in our toolkit is really, really important to make use, and also just for, you know, making use of our money going further, our dollar, not having to buy new things all the time when we can mend things, and better for the environment as well. So I do think there's skills that are still definitely useful in today's place of the world. Okay, so I'm back again editing the video. I just thought I'd jump back in and update you on my daughter. So she is currently at her father's house. She just drove up there today for the holidays, so that's good. And this week she's had university exams, so she's been mostly home studying. Last week, and her actual boyfriend came down to stay with her for the weekend. So I was actually happy about that, because she had someone with her to make sure she was safe. They went to the church, and that guy, they didn't see him, so hopefully it was just a one-off. But I said to her, please just maybe not go anyway. He might have just walked away because he didn't see, or he saw you were with someone else. But she also had that meeting with the university, and they took down all the details of the car and things that were following her, and sort of reiterated to her that there's on-campus security that she can call 24/7, and police, obviously, which is what I said too. And I've told her to walk through the busy ways where there's lots of people, and lighting and things when it's dark, not going the way she was going, which included like a 5-minute walk through an like there wasn't many people around and it was kind of dark by then. So I told her not to do that. And also she's organised a lift from that meeting back to her accommodation in the future. So I am very happy about that and feel a little bit better. I hope that this has made her a little bit aware that unfortunately the world is not a safe place for us women, and she needs to be on lookout. And it shouldn't be this way at all, especially not in today's world. We should be well past being fearful and having to change our routines, or not even just routine, but actions all the time, and moderate that. We shouldn't have to. We shouldn't be on hypervigilant alert all the time either. We should be able to just go about our life and be okay and not have to worry about this kind of thing. Unfortunately, that's not the world we live in, and I don't think men are aware of how much us women have to go through and change and try and keep ourselves safe. Anyway, she's good for now. She'll actually be coming down to see me in a few weeks, so she's going to fly down with her brother, and I'm really looking forward to that. And we're going to have some family photos done, which I'm really excited for. I've booked them in, and I haven't actually had any photos taken of us as a family since my 13-year-old was 6 months old. So Madeline was 5 at the time. So yeah, it's well overdue. So I'm really excited about those photos coming up. And I'm just really excited to see them all. And I just thought I'd update you. I know this video has not been one of my best videos, and I apologize for that. It was all over the place. My son was in the background, I realized, yelling the whole time on his games, and you can really hear it. Unfortunately, I can't pay for CapCut Premium to cut out that secondary background noise. So I'm sorry about that. I just apologize for that noise in the background. Yeah, and just thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you're a supporter of my channel, I really do appreciate it. And I feel like this week's video was not very good. And I really do apologize for that. And I haven't actually got anything planned, I don't think, for next week's video. So I really need to get on that this weekend and try and come up with something. But yeah, I hope you're all well. Stay safe, everybody. Thank you for watching. If you do like my videos, please like, subscribe, comment. It will really help my channel to grow and help us as a family. That would be amazing. And yeah, maybe drop me a comment with what you enjoy watching as well. Yeah, I think I was just thinking, did I post an update on the knitting? I think I did that last week. I can't remember. Hang on. Anyway, if I haven't posted an update on my knitting, I know I took a video of that. I thought I added it to last week's video, but I might not have. I'll have to double check. If I didn't add it to last week's video, I'll have to do that next week. Knitting my jumper for my daughter. I did an update, I'm sure, but I don't know. My brain is not with it at the moment, as you can tell. I don't know what I'm doing. I think it's because I've got so much on my mind, and I am just, yeah, a bit frazzled at the moment, but that's okay. We'll get through this. Just thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, I hope to do some more cooking soon. So yeah,
Thanks to everyone for watching, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye.